Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Masterson 995, I'm Nemo Rhino.
I am the Walrus.
And I am the chibi little man master.
And we're here today to discuss the three most disturbing films, or however you want to...
No, I think that's about right, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is right.
Yeah.
These
Anyway,
films are disgusting.
or is it the Serbian film?
So who's going to start first? We've got
Well,
three
basically,
films
okay,
here.
the Human Centipede, I'll start off with the Human Centipede 2, right? Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to compare these three films which we consider the sickest films ever, and we're going to compare them all to see which is the worst.
And we'll see which is the worst.
Right. So we have the Human Centipede 2. This
Now,
is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, sorry, we'll just have a discussion whether, you know, because if you've seen the first one, you'll know the second one is going to be worse. So, Anderson, might as well
Here we go.
say it. Yeah.
The film centres on an antagonist called Martin, who becomes sexually obsessed with a DVD recording of the film within the film, The Human Centipede, first sequence. In the DVD, a surgeon kidnaps three people and surgically connects them mouth to anus. Martin masturbates as he watches the film with sandpaper wrapped around his penis. He subsequently creates his own 12-person human centipede and gains sexual gratification from the pain, humiliation and suffering of his victims. He is shown to become sexually aroused whenever a member of his centipede is forced to defecate into the mouth of the victim behind them. Martin rapes the woman at the rear of the centipede with barbed wire wrapped around his penis. That is all that is on there currently, but that is fucking deranged.
Now, I'm just saying, for people who don't know, defecate meaning to have a dump.
Yes.
Basically, to have a shit...
And for those of you who don't know, penis is a penis.
Penis is Richard Huckle. Anyway, carrying on.
Yeah,
Right.
Then we
Who's
have...
next? Should it be you, Sam, or me? Because I've got mine up here if you want, so...
I've got mine up here as well. Oh, I'll go. Okay, a Serbian film is it was made last year, 2010, and it's a horror film that's in Serbia.
Read the plot.
The plot is that the main character, Miloš, is a semi-retired Serbian porn star with a beautiful wife and a young son. Although he is strapped financially, his home is happy, and his biggest problem comes from his jealousies from his brother Marko, a corrupt police officer who envies Miloš's family life. Seeking one last big payday to make a clean break from pornography and secure his family's financial future, Miloš intrigues when one of his former co-stars, Lejla, I don't know how to say it, approaches him with to offer a star in an art film being recorded by Vukmir. Okay, a well-connected... Some of these names are ridiculous, by the way. Basically, it's something called newborn porn. This thing, it's basically this one woman gives birth to a baby girl, and then this Miloš has to have sex with this newborn baby. Ugh. I don't get it, but I think that's just sick.
Say the other stuff that happens, because that's not near enough.
No, that's not bad. Right, it's bad.
It's bad.
But
it's horrible.
It's sick.
It is.
But there's a lot more shit to come along.
There is.
Basically, a man, that Lejla person, she's tied up in the middle of a room. She had all her teeth have been removed, and a masked man enters and shoves his erect penis down her throat until she suffocates. That's quite sick as well. That's just not all.
Oh yeah, there's more.
No.
Oh, there is more. There's also another guy who, I think, something about shoving his erect penis into someone's eye socket, thus killing them.
Yeah. No, but he deserved it.
Yeah.
Oh, for Christ! I mean, that's just stupid.
Ever heard of Jack's eye?
This isn't stupid, this is bloody ridiculous. I mean, unless you're Tom Six, you will not like this film.
Or you're
At all.
Right, should I go for mine now?
Why not? Why not?
Right. This is a Japanese splatter horror film, released on January the 17th, 2009, called Grotesque. It's banned over here in the United Kingdom, for that matter, and this is why. A young couple called Aki and Kazuro are snatched off the street while having their first date as a romantic couple after a few years working in the same office, and wake up shackled in a basement, which has all the walls covered with plastic. With no further explanation, a sadistic man degrades, tortures, and mutilates them. Initially, he punctures Kazuo's belly with a screwdriver and slices his tongue, then rapes them both. One at a time, of course, forcing each other to watch. Sometimes he stops the torture to provide medical assistance and cure the couple's wounds, so they can continue to live for a long period of time. This way, he cuts off all their fingers and makes collars with them, pops out Kazuo's right eye, and removes the girl's nipples and cuts off her right arm. As the torture progresses, it is revealed that he's simply doing it for sexual stimulation, and tells the couple that he wants the two to survive. He finally castrates Kazuo, claiming he's found all of the relief he needs, so no longer needs the couple's services. Then the couple are moved to a room which resembles a modern and clean hospital room, where the kidnapper takes care of the couple's wounds. While it was never explicitly mentioned on the movie, it becomes gradually apparent that the man has professional medical training, refined manners, taste for classical music and wines, and dressed with expensive clothes, when he is not in surgeon dress torturing the couple. At some point he mentions he's a wealthy man, which suggests he may be a reputable surgeon, not merely a violent sadist, which he is. Looking for an extreme and different way to obtain satisfaction on his lonely life, however, the couple also notes that the doctor had a peculiar rotting smell always present behind his clean and elegant appearance. After several days of healing, the doctor simply tells the couple they are free to go. He will turn himself into authorities, and as an apology for all the suffering he's inflicted on the couple, he will give them all his fortune, which seems to be very large, as compensation. After all the horror, in a moment alone in the hospital room, Aki and Kazuo promise to support each other once they leave this place and become a formal couple. It is unclear if the madman changed his mind, or if playing on the couple's hopes to survive and being released soon was part of a mischievous plan from the beginning. But immediately after communicating to them they will be released, the next scene takes the couple back to the scary basement. After being drugged, they are shackled again exactly as they were the first time. The doctor announces that they must participate in one final test of love strength. He pulls out an extreme of Kazuo's intestines and attaches them to a hook. If Kazuo is able to cross the room to the other side, pulling off his entire intestines from his body in the process, take a pair of scissors and cut Aki's ropes to release her, both will finally be free. However, Kazuo fails due to blood loss and falls to the ground, apologizing. It is also revealed that the ropes restraining Aki have a metal wire running through them, rendering them impossible to cut through with scissors. Therefore, the task is impossible. Aki begins to insult the doctor, telling him that he's just a son of a whore that nobody cares about, and insists, despite his refined manners and expensive clothes, he has an unusual and unbearable skunk odor, no matter how hard he tries to cover the stench. Angered, the doctor cuts off Aki's head in response, and her head falls down. It lands on the man's neck and bites him for her final breath. Kazuo, on the floor, not dead yet, stabs him in the foot with the scissors as a supreme last action. The couple then die facing each other.
Nice.
Sounds absolutely glorious.
Well, the first bit was a bit freaky. But yes, so, that's horrible.
Yeah.
To be honest, out of the 3 films, only 2 of them have been banned in the UK, and the one that they have not banned is a Serbian film.
Which, personally, I think is the worst one.
Yeah, so we've got to make our we might as well make our
Minds up.
Make our minds up on this. So, Anderson, which one do you think is the worst? Now hearing all 3 plots, but
I have to say a Serbian film.
We have not seen any of these 3 films, by the way. So we're just going on plot lines.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Serbian film.
Yeah.
Mostly because there's not enough of the Human Centipede one about.
Yeah, well, once the whole of that comes up, we'll probably do another one of these and see how far it ranks.
Yeah.
You know, so Anderson, you're saying a
Serbian film. Yep.
Rhino.
I would say they're all sick in their own right, but I would say a Serbian film is just taking it to the next level.
And do you know what, folks? I think this is probably the first time that I actually agree with both of you. I'd probably say that's the worst as well.
We have a unanimous decision. Dun,
Yes!
dun,
It's actually happened.
So the winner of
With
the
a-
most disturbing film
in
done, of course, voted for by Masterson 995, is a Serbian film. Folks, if you know any more disturbing films, please. Send like the names to us, and we will research them. And you never know, we might have another one of these and see how far it ranks up. But before we go, we might as well say which one do you think's the least disturbing?
I have to say grotesque, because it sounds less vile than others, and it's more or less just a splatter film.
I do get what you mean. It basically is sort of like a Japanese version of Saw.
Yes.
Sort of.
Or Japanese version of Hostel.
Although I still think that Human Centipede is also quite disturbing as well.
It is, but Rhino, which one do you think's the least out of Grotesque and Human Centipede 2?
I don't know. It's hard to say out of those two because I don't know. I couldn't name one, but I would definitely say that that the other one is that the Serbian film is definitely the worst. The other two are pretty close in my opinion.
Well, I wouldn't say they're pretty close. They're miles behind, in my opinion.
No, I mean the other two are close to each other.
Yeah, they are. But I'd say probably the least. I'd probably agree with Anderson on this one and say Grotesque.
So which one do we think is the middle film then?
Well, that's obvious. We've already done that. So yeah, so the rank currently goes, and no pun intended, of course, from Grotesque. The rank
very good.
goes number 1, a Serbian film. Number 2, the Human Centipede 2, and number 3 is Grotesque.
If you can think of anything worse, please comment below.
Yes, and don't say Minibot Wars because we've already seen it. So, we'll see you around for the next thing. Master 995. See you around. Bye.
Thanks, guys.